Good morning, guys, and welcome to iPunt Smart. Today we are at the Vaal. Good conditions, no rain, anything, a little bit of wind, 6 kilometers an hour, so pretty much nothing. And we start off in the first in a work riders maiden plate. And here I think that Fashionada and Sheltering Sky and Belly of Belize and Lee Express has very little between them, 4, 5, 1 and 11. And then after that, the first timer, King Triton's Lass and Fluorescent, the next best at 33 to 1, has some hidden back form here at the back. So 4, 5, 1, 11, 10, 7 is my selections here. We've had 43 P stats, which is quite a lot. 35% of the favorites does win, but 40% of the best bat curve does win. So Fashionada will be my first one here. Sheltering Sky, one of only two for Paul Matchett, has a 24% chance on overall ranking and a 29% chance on T curve at 10 to 1. Pretty decent for that kind of price. Belly of Belize 1.25. Yeah, 35% chance of 1.25 is obviously not very great. So yeah, the value is probably with Fascinata and Sheltering Sky. We move on to the second, and here Raise the Red Lantern, I believe, is the right one. If he does the distance over the 1400, he does have the best bats by 2 lengths over Quinnetra, the second choice here, and these two are far ahead of the rest, which is next best only coming in here at 11 for Wisdom. So a 2.9 and a 5.7 on the bat figures, both of them 39 on the total points. So they will be my joint first choice with Freezing Fast and Freezing Fast and Star Effect, my next best. 20 to 1 Touched by Stars is maybe good enough for the bipod, for the quartets. It does have very decent 21% and 20% on the stat form and the intentions of the trainers and jockeys. And that intentions worked really well yesterday, where 4 out of the first 5 races yesterday was won by the top intent. So do have a look at that. In the next race, the third year, Winter Smoke is now scratched. I do think that it could have been because Ashley Fortune wanted to have enough in the race to actually make a race of it, and now that he's got the race confirmed, he could scratch one. So therefore my 2 Ashley Fortune runners, Varina and Jam Fancy, is my first 2, and then followed by Miracle Flight, Slalom Queen, Spring of Carmel and Dark Crystal. So I do think that Ashley Fortune is probably going to win on that one. The 3.1 for 18 to 1 Jam Fancy is not bad on the bat 42 figures, and I think that might be a little bit of value for that. Race 4, the first greenie of the day, and the first greenie comes in the form of Sell High at 4.5. Johnny Hero, the second best. Very good red bats and very good back curve, 10 lengths better than the second best, which is Sell High. So I think Sell High and Johnny Hero is my first 2, followed by Nachi, Zealand Zest, Alcoys, Barak and Nimcha. The P-stats, there's only 2 P-stats, but interesting to note that both of those P-stats, 100% on Bomb 42 was the winner, and 100% on back course and distance was the winner, which is Sell High and Johnny Hero. So I'm hoping that the favourite Nachi will get beaten by either Sell High or Johnny Hero. In the 5th race here, we've got a 9 to 1 in first choice with Mirren. Spring Chicken, as you can see that little green sign there. If you don't know what all these things means, then click on the ratings explained here, and this will give you a full explanation of every single sign with all the icons and everything what all these means. So I do suggest you read these a couple of times to explain to you what bat is and what bomb roll is and etc. All the detail is there. Otherwise, just go to the YouTube channel and go to the tutorial channel on the YouTube channel, the tutorial directory, and on there you will find a couple of tutorial videos on horse racing as well as sport. So Mirren, the first choice here, a bit of hidden form on a 28 to 1 shot Rabia the Rebel. It's my second choice here. Liverpool Legend at 10 to 1 is my third choice here, and then the Favourite Lotus is my fourth choice. Now, the Favourite Lotus does have the decent third best bat, 42, but Mirren has a 3.52 bat, so that's 5 lengths between these two on the yellow. So I do think maybe a little bit of value on David Nevenation and Chimanga Kumalo on the 9 to 1 with the best greeny points. 29% chance to win, and best overall ranking, 33% chance to win, or 3 out of 9 on the P stats here for the Vaal 2000 Class E category. Mirren, followed by Rabia the Rebel, Liverpool Legend, Lotus, Got You, Piccadilly Square, Pucker Up, the Brett Weber Stable Companion, and Euphorian, the only runner for Robbie Sage at 4 to 1. In the sixth race, Masakan, one of the better bets on the card. I make that my second best. That's why it's a green 2, which means it's the editor's second best on the day. Masakan, Mike the Cock, and LJ Ferraris. My first choice, Crusade to Royalty. My second choice, Lakota, bit of a roughie here again, 18 to 1, but some good back figures here on 18 to 1 shots, 5 lengths better than the rest. Although it is red, he might just like the distance, and he does have only 50 kilos to carry. Fourth, Arizona Lady, then White Shadow, Duchess Bernadette, Amberglow Star, and Intercity. In the seventh, my best on the card for the day, Gal Gadot, and it is a maiden handicap, and it is a fillies and mares, so there's a bit of a bad thing about a maiden handicap. He does have a draw to overcome. You'll see the 11 is black or dark there, and the dark means that it's the worst. The green, it means it's the best. But that being said, the P-Stats 60% chance on greeny points, which is a 3 out of 5, and that is a 60% chance is not bad for a 2 to 1 shot. And Opera Glass is a 50% on back curve, or and Ocean Pride is my second best, 22 to 1. Some good value there. Only runner for Bridget Stidwolf, Gal Gadot, Ocean's Pride, Opera Glass, Winston, Nanny, Bedouin Pride, and Love Posey is in that order. And in the very last, Suited Connector is another greenie. And because of Suited Connector being a greenie, that Love Posey is maybe going to be a little bit better today. It does have the best median speed, 25% chance to win. So don't leave that out of the pick six. But yeah, if you do want to have a banker, then Gal Gadot is probably your PA banker today. Suited Connector is the first choice here. Prince Evelynov second choice. Supreme Dance my third choice with the best back curve, and I always like the horse with the best back curve because that's the 8-month consistency factor. In other words, the actual last 8 months from a consistency perspective based on the linear regression model on algorithms. He has had the best performance from a consistency perspective over the last 8 months. Suited Connector, Prince Evelyn North, and Supreme Dance. Then Governor's Glory at 9 to 1 does have the most recent bat 42, the best, although it's in red. And then Star Flash, Warren Bottas does like to win the last race of the card at the Vaal. He's done that so often in the last couple of months, but he does have a very wild 13 draw to overcome, so maybe he'll not get it right today. But in that order, those are mine. The bottom here, the bipod, the PA, the pick six, the jackpot, and the jackpot 2 all mentioned there. And just in the end here, do take note of these results as they come through. Very important, because you can see all the intentions of the jockeys and trainers as they come through. Here you see a 2.11 for Ashley Fortune Varina and a Jam Fancy 2.66, so that's very low. That's the ranking out of the field. And Doris Sham here on Sell High has a ranking of 2, which is really good. The closer to 1, the better. Mike the Cock here has a 2.67 on Masakan, and at the bottom here, Paul Peter has a ranking of 3 on Suited Connector. Here's Shailen Naidu on Gal Gadot has a 2.19, and then Roy Magna here has a 3.68 on Quinectra. So the lower the better. And how do we make those up? This is on the JTR detail sheet. You will see each and every one of these columns has a ranking. So opening betting, the top rated is Belly of Belize here, Paul Peter and Mukawa. On the left here, you see how many runs since his last win, where he's rated as a trainer in the country, where the jockey is rated in the country as a jockey. And that flame means that he's very hot in form. If the flame is on the jockey and the trainer, it means the jockey trainer combination is very hot in form. So a lot of information to get through. Normally, when the top rated and anything within a ranking average of 2 from the top rated is all got a decent chance to win. If it gets further than 2, then the chance to win becomes a lot less. So here 3.54 on Raise the Red Lantern means anything to 5.54 has a decent chance to win. That means that Quenetra 3.68 is pretty close together. Yanni Borman on a roughie here, freezing fast at 12 to 1. It has a say. Diane Stenger has a say on a 4.93 on Star Effect at 7 to 1. And that's how we do the exotics as well from a pick 6 jackpot PA perspective. Obviously, if you need the winner, then you go a bit wider, and if you need only a place, then you get to go a bit less. So in the second race, Ashley Fortune was 2.22 on Marina, 2.66 on Jam Fancy. And if you move over here to the Gal Gadot race, where was that? Gal Gadot in the 7th. So if you look at the 7th race here, Gal Gadot has a 2.19, and the closest to him from a ranking average perspective, next best, is a 4.44 Ocean's Pride, then a 4.54 Winston Nanny, and then 4.52 Opera Glass, and then Winston Nanny on a 4.54. So Gal Gadot has a more than 2 better ranking average than the rest, and that's purely because he's got ones everywhere. He's got a 4 on median speed, but he's got a lot of ones here. And that's how we actually do that. Ranking average on the last year, Alec led with Kamala Prince Evernov 3.48, and Paul Peter on a suited connector is 3. So 0.48 between the two is a lot less than Gal Gadot's got over 2. That's it, guys. Till tomorrow. Have a great day.